I'm John Parker of Reno, Nevada, and we're in the facility of American Air Racing. Our business is building Thunder Mustangs. We do this as well as compete in the Reno Air Races on an annual basis and promote our sponsors just about as good as we can. Kind of laugh about the fact that I was born with 1,000 hours in commercial license, but it's been all my life. We built model airplanes when I could barely walk, so I've got 70 years in the aviation business one way or another. It's always learning. Aviation is like sailing. You can study sailing all your life and never know everything there is to know about it. And so I've just been doing it for some 70 years, and I'm going to keep doing it for another 70 years. It was a competitive nature. Started out kind of slow, where we were building engines for other racing teams. Finally got into it with the racing team and building some Formula Ones. And then the sports class came along, and we could see instantly that this was actually the future of sport aviation as well as competitive aviation. It's kind of hard to really describe, but it was the first one that was in a cast. I built a shoestring, and I think the first time I won the Formula One race in the shoestring was in 1977. We had a follow-on Formula One racer, it was called the American Special, which was a hands-down winner every year. It's now residing in the EAA Museum. We went to more or less supporting the Unlimiteds. After that, I built a glass air during that period of time, and at the time it was the fastest glass air there was. Now, subsequently, other people have made improvements in the glass airs, and so they do go significantly faster. Moving on from the glass air, and we were hoping that we'd be able to specialize in a particular design, and that would be the Thunder Mustang. It was one of the most advanced home builds around. It had the classic design of the P-51, and we're bringing what we like to say, bringing modern technology to a classic design. We're doing that by the electronics and the automatic controls that we have for the Thunder Mustang. Though it may not be as fast as some of the latest tricks on the block, it is by far one of the most advanced in terms of technology. Our telemetry system is by far the best, and we kind of laugh about the fact that the only reason the ground crew needs me is to hit the starter button, because they can almost, not really, but almost fly the airplane from the pits, tune the engine from the pits, even while the airplane is flying. It started from a company called Papa 51 that was started by a guy by the name of Dan Denny. The engine itself, the Falconer V12, was being made in Salinas by a well-known racing shop, Brian Falconer Racing Engines. He got started with the V12 in so much as some of the work that he was doing with General Motors in the V6s that were first coming out in the early Buicks. I like to think it's bulletproof. There are 14 or 15 flying Thunder Mustangs at the present time, and there's going to be, well, there's 23 or 24 kits that were actually sold, and the remaining 7 or 8 are under some sort of construction. The Thunder Mustang was not really designed to be a racing airplane. It was designed to be the high-end replica and sport aircraft. We have done a lot with Blue Thunder internally and in external changes that you can't really tell without measuring it very carefully in order to reduce the drag on the airframe itself and make this airplane faster. The other Thunder Mustang that is being raced by the owner, George Gibney, his airplane is called Rapid Travel, and he has done an awful lot of work to reduce the drag on his particular airframe with a much more aerodynamic belly scoop, and has changed the canopy to a sort of a bubble canopy that is much more aerodynamic than the standard slide back canopy of the Thunder Mustang or the Mustang look.
I added a turtle deck and a different shaped canopy and made some new wingtips. Hopefully it will show me some increase. It was quite a process.
Was the canopy self-designed?
Yes, it's designed in the wind tunnel of my mind.
There's only three things that anybody can do to make an airplane faster, and that's increase the horsepower, increase the thrust horsepower, and reduce the drag of the airframe. We increase the thrust horsepower with this Hartzell propeller. Hartzell has done an awful lot of work for us in helping us design and build this particular propeller that actually gives us considerably more thrust horsepower. The drag reductions are externally difficult to see. Internally, we have done an awful lot of sealing of the compartments in order to reduce the air leakage through the airplane and reduce the drag that way. In preparation for the 2010 event, right now we are working on the electronic controls for the engine, and that's both the ignition and the fuel delivery.
Last year we averaged 380 and finished 4th, so we're hoping to be closer to the #1 position this year.
Do you have a number in mind that you'd like to get speed-wise?
420.
Our hopes and prayers are that we come out as a Supreme Allied Commander. However, getting back to this particular planet, we have to be realistic as to what we really think we can do, and that is to be able to put on a good enough show so that our sponsors as well as ourselves look good, and maybe be the underdog or generate a lot of crowd appeal from that particular standpoint. And actually, we are going to make the people who are faster than we are to make them beat us. We're not just going to give it to them. They're just going to have to outrun us, that's for sure. As far as the future is concerned, we who are Thunder Mustang owners and builders are hopeful that somebody or some corporation will then start building kits again, and then that will give us customers so we can build Thunder Mustangs for them.